everyone, Siren here, welcome back to the channel! For those of you who are seeing me for the first time, I am a witchcraft practitioner, dancer and tarot and oracle lover. Today I decided to do something really chill with you and basically just show you a few cards, a few decks. Feel free to grab yourself some nice hot beverage. I just realized I forgot to make myself a coffee, but I'm not going to do that now, so doesn't matter, but you just grab yourself something, make yourself comfortable, and let's get into it. So I'm going to be showing you 5 of my decks that I'm using the most these days and maybe tell you something about them that comes to my mind, just like ramble a little bit, chat a little bit. So that's pretty much it. So the very first deck that I'm going to be showing you today is the deck that I'm using the most these days, and it is the tarot deck called the Fortuna Tarot by Studio Artemi. It is the Obsidian Occult version, and there are several reasons why this is the deck that I'm using the most these days, and I'm going to walk you through them as I'm showing you a couple of cards. So the cards are absolutely beautiful. They've got this pink foil on them which reflects different shades of red, pink and purple, which I'm totally here for. So beautiful. But the main reasons why this is the deck that I'm using the most is, first of all, this is the deck that I purchased the last. This is the last deck I purchased. There you go. So I'm still pretty much getting to know this deck. I'm reading with it every day, getting familiar with the imagery, etc. That would be the reason number one. The second reason is that I felt a strong pull towards working with Pip Tarot deck again, because as I mentioned in another video, not sure where exactly now, but I learned to read tarot with a Pip deck, and then I kind of got into scenic imagery as well, obviously, but I don't know why, but scenic imagery kind of overwhelms me lately. So I wanted to find a deck that would be completely Pip, so no scenes depicted on any card, and that would kind of meet my needs at this moment, and this deck is doing a pretty good job doing that. And the third reason is that this year I decided to study astrology on a deeper level and also study the connection between astrology and tarot, and these cards, if you could pick up on it, have astrological correspondences written on them. Every single card has that. So to give you an example, here we've got the 6 of Wands, which would be the 6 of Candles in this deck. It is renamed. And we've got the Jupiter in Leo. So Jupiter and Leo energy. And each and every single one has that. I mean, some cards, like for instance here, Princess of Candles, which is the Page of Wands, only got the elements. So not really an astrological science, but every card has certain symbol on them. I forgot the word symbol, I was just like looking for it in my head. So yeah, here we've got the Earth of Fire. Yeah, so these are my reasons behind using this deck the most these days, a part of just it being beautiful. It was really intentional. Me getting this deck was really intentional. As a matter of fact, every single deck that comes to my collection is pretty intentional. I don't used to get decks just because they are pretty. I mean, obviously I am heavy on aesthetics usually, but like I don't just get a deck because it's pretty. I usually get a deck because of something else as well. Like that, there has to be something more to it than just the deck being aesthetically pleasing. Okay, so that would be the Fortuna Tarot. The second deck that I'm using the most these days is, surprise, surprise, Santa Muerte Tarot by Fabio Listrani. Now I have the full video just about this deck. I'm going to link it somewhere here. But yeah, I am still gonna show you this deck in this video as well, because it is the deck I'm using the most. It's among these decks, and the reason behind it is because I call this deck my travel deck, and I have been traveling quite a lot these past couple of months, so this deck was traveling with me and I've been reading with it during my travels. Now I also read with this deck when I'm at home sometimes, but mostly when I'm somewhere else. Now the reason is probably because this imagery is just so familiar to me. I don't know, I just love it. And also this is one of my happy decks, as I used to say. So this deck really makes me feel good, and therefore it is a nice read. It is a really nice read, and also the colors. I'm going to mention this probably in several decks of mine, but yeah, I really love colors and I really love colorful imagery. So yeah, there we go. Santa Muerte Tarot by Fabio Listrani. Anyways, and also I really love the box of this. I mean, I love that it opens like up, if you know what I mean. This is the only deck that opens like that, and I love it. I love the details, you know. Alright, the third deck that I'm going to be showing you today is actually a surprise to me, and I'm gonna tell you why in a minute. It is the Threads of Fate Oracle Lumen Edition by Threads of Fate is, I believe, the name of the company as well. I don't know if you can see that it's got like the golden foil. Yeah, anyway, the reason why this is kind of surprising to me is because I stopped using this deck for a while because I had a little bit of an issue with it. Nothing to do with the deck, actually. It was something like, it was my drama. But the thing is, I started using this deck again, and right now it is the deck that actually accompanies me almost every day. This is the deck that I go for when I want to have a little nice oracle card pull. Now I don't know if the camera is really picking it up with the golden foil and everything, but it's also a very colorful deck, and it's very dreamy actually. I think the camera isn't really doing it justice right now with this lighting, but the cards are really like profound. And yeah, where was I? Yeah, they are dreamy. So I also tried to do dream work with it. It's been an interesting experience. I don't really do that these days, but I think it is nice. It's a nice tip to work with this deck in case you have this deck. So yeah, and the imagery is really beautiful. In case I haven't said it already, I think I had, but anyway, really pretty. Let me just, yeah, I hope you can appreciate it. Okay, so that would be the Threads of Fate Oracle. I think there are 2 or 3 versions of this deck. I'm not quite sure right now, but you can check it out. But yeah, I went for the Lumen Edition because colors and the dreaminess and everything. I'm all here for it. Okay, the deck number 4 that I'm going to be showing you is the Jade Oracle, or El Oráculo Jade, by Veronica Iglesias and Ann Key and Ramona Snow Teo. I never know how to read her second surname. Yeah, this deck, you guys, I just love it. It's one of my favorite oracle decks ever. It lives on my Santa Muerte altar, so this makes it kind of easy for me to just grab it and read with it quite frequently. Because you know how it is when you have decks that are kind of more easier to access to you, you read with them more frequently than with decks that are somewhere in the shelf. So yeah, this has been the case for me, but also I love this deck immensely. It's based on Aztec legends, deities, energies. The imagery is really traditional, also colorful. Okay, I'm gonna have to stop saying that, but I mean, you can see the pattern here, I think. But yeah, and this deck is also teaching me a lot about the Aztec culture, which I admire profoundly. So yeah, and I used to read with this deck in a way, like for instance when I want to know what energy can support me in any given day, etc. This is how I used to use these decks. I don't really use like a huge spread with this one, but like one card pulls. Yeah, so that would be the Jade Oracle, El Oráculo Jade, by Veronica Iglesias and Ann Key, and Ramona Snow Teo. Yeah, okay, and the last but definitely not least deck is quite something else. I've got a deck in this little nice bag that I got specifically for this deck, and it is not a tarot deck and it is not an oracle deck either. It is the Magical Guidance cards by Anna from Astrology Tarot. I'm going to link her YouTube channels somewhere down below in case you don't know her, and in case you haven't seen this deck before. Yeah, she created this deck. It's pretty new, I would say. And this deck, as I said, it's not a tarot, it's not an oracle. It's the deck that is supposed to give you inspiration in your magical shenanigans. English, okay. Yeah, so it's a photography deck. All of these photos were taken by Anna. And this deck doesn't come with a guidebook, but it comes with these keywords on the back. Now hold on. These keywords on the back. So you've got, where is it? Pick it up here. So you've got the image in the front. Okay, let's try it again. You've got the image on the front and then the keywords on the back. And you can choose, you can either choose to, you can shuffle it in any way, you know, you can also read with it in any way you want. You can also use it as an oracle deck, actually. I have tried that and it worked interestingly, so you can also do that. And let me just show you the photos again. And yeah, I think this is a really interesting deck because it's something I haven't seen before, and I like this was a present I made for myself. And I have been working with this deck ever since. It's been I think I got it before Christmas, after Christmas, I'm not sure, time, a strange thing. But yeah, I have been working with the deck ever since, and it's been a really interesting journey so far, and I've been quite enjoying it. So yeah, Anna, if you're watching this, just in case, let me just tell you, like, thank you for this deck. It's so gorgeous, and I think it's really something different. So yeah, thank you for creating the deck. So that would be the Magical Guidance cards made by Anna from Astrology Tarot. Now let me just... yeah, putting it back to the bag is a little bit tricky, but there we go. Yay! Okay, so these would be the 5 decks that I'm using the most these days. Let me know if any of these decks sparked your interest, or if you have any of these decks. Or if you would like to see a video on one of these decks, like going deeper, etc. I would be happy to know. Also, let me know what decks are your most used decks these days. I would be also interested to know. In case you want to chill out with me a little longer, I have other videos available on the channels, usually mostly tarot related, I think, yeah. So yeah, I invite you to just go ahead and watch those as well, and subscribe if you like. And I think, is there anything else I forgot to say? Probably, but doesn't matter. Still working on that perfectionism, so there we go. And yeah, I think that would be it from me. So stay kind, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!